chocolate lovers, welcome to Chocolate TV episode number 53. We are on our second year of Chocolate TV and I still got about viewers, but it's something fun to do on Mondays. At least I think so. Today I thought I'd taste some chocolates I tasted 8-9 months ago on my Swedish version of this show. The Lint 90% cocoa, 90%, and the Mori Ill 100%. So what's in a chocolate bar that has 90% cocoa? Well, it's cocoa paste, low-fat cocoa, butter, sugar, natural bourbon, vanilla. So, but if it's 90%, that must be a very little vanilla, extremely little sugar, and some cocoa butter. And if we look at the color, this chocolate, it is almost pitch black. So I guess this is Forasteros beans, dark, bitter, blackish chocolate. Since it's the lower cocoa count, we'd start with that. You always do that on a tasting. It's like tasting wine, you know. Start with a light white and with a very hard, dark and reddish white. So 90%. I'm not that fond of 90% and over 85% because they often tend to be soapy, a little bit too bitter and too tart for me. But let's try it. I can't remember quite. Almost a year ago since I tasted them, so I don't remember what I scored them. Sorry, now I'm going ahead. You have to smell it first. Pitch black, very, very dark, dark, dark black. And let's sniff this one up. Very dry, very dusty. Actually could find some traces of vanilla. Not too overbearing, not too bitter scent, but extremely dry. This is cedar box dry, real wooden dust, dark chocolate powder. And then let's taste it. Real tart start with actually some acid to it too. Tart start, acid to it. Oh, well, yeah. And bitter chocolate taste, dark chocolate taste, really. A little bit soapy towards the mid palate here. It sticks together. It doesn't want to actually melt and run over your tongue. It's more like sticks together like a dough. But lots of cocoa. Cocoa, dark cocoa. Actually, I think next week I'm going to try some dark cocoa with some sort of red wine that is described having cocoa flavor. Let's compare them, see, is that really true? Do red wine taste cocoa? Quite a semi-creamy finish and then ends up really, really dry on your tongue. Not that awful as I usually think chocolates with this high cocoa count is. You could actually eat this one, and I guess if you pair this one with a dark rum or something like that, it would be quite enjoyable if you're into that heavy, bitter, tart, focused flavors. So let's go to the Mori 100% cocoa. And what is it in 100% cocoa? It is 100% cocoa mass, nothing else. That's good, right? if you compare the colors, you would see that this one is much more reddish brown. And that's because this is Criollo beans. And Criollo chocolate is usually more reddish, more round in the flavor profile, in the scent, more fruity. And yeah, so let's see if 100% cocoa tastes, smells anything like cocoa or something else. Well, it's dry, it is dark chocolate for sure, but it's also red currant, raspberry, and also a wooden stick element to this. I'm not saying it's a 2x4 or something like that, it's more like a twig kind of smell. Maybe even green. It's like you took some red currants with the stalk and... yeah, nice scent for being 100% cocoa. That's tasty. Oh, real slippery slope there. Lots of acid, extremely acidic. At the same time, it is very, very bitter. And the chocolate is like, gets coated with a real slippery kind of jelly. So the pieces just move around your mouth like soap. And it's kind of soapy in its character too. I didn't grade this one, did I? I give it a 5. Middle of this still has a soapy character, lots of acidic flavor. Towards the end is more getting more red fruit actually. But I don't feel the dark chocolate anywhere. It's more red fruit, more... it's an acidic backbone with some red fruit and some soap. And that little bit of bitterness that lingers. It's like I actually bit the twig this time. Well, as a chocolate, I'd say they compare, but in different reasons. This is more like chocolate, dark chocolate. This is more like, wow, this is a different flavor. And I thought this would be chocolate, but it's more like red fruit. So I give this one a 5 too. I think this would pair good with some sort of dark liquor too, actually. It would make it transform. Maybe we should try that sometime. But next time, we'll try some wine and chocolate. Wine that is said tastes like chocolate. Well, until then, next Monday, see you.